Morning, good early morning to you all. I know, early, an hour early, normally, but these are the things sometimes that we do. We surprise you, we go early, but hello, and welcome, of course, as always, to a nice, lovely Yorkshire. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see the very, very dark sky behind me. Hopefully that will not rain, but it does look like it might be quite a nice day today, although I have donned my jeans and t-shirt for this morning. Hopefully that will at least keep us somewhat sane and safe, although I don't know why in such warm weather, but there you go. Oh. Morning. Oh, Cathlo G, good morning to you. Good morning. Like I say, please do remember to click on the like and share button. Lets people know that we're up and out earlier than normal. Alan, good morning to you from New Zealand. Good morning, or good evening, as it may be. The case may be in New Zealand. I'm not sure of the time difference. Oh. But I know it's one of the two. Oh, one of the things I just can't help myself beginning to talk about. Yeah, let's talk about Twitter, because I still cannot believe that Musk. Oh, sorry about that. I still cannot believe for the life of me he is pressing ahead with this lawsuit, or whether it is just all for show. Who knows? Nicholas, good morning to you. Lexi, good morning, everyone else joining us. Do remember to say hello in the chat, hit the like button, hit the share button as well. The morning either Lincoln and or Nottingham train now joining us as well this morning too. But from everything I've seen or at least heard of this lawsuit, every expert going is saying it's frivolous completely. You've got the closest thing we have is Linda Yaccarano, which, oh my word, almost looks like a hostage video. Like, seriously, it looks like she was filmed doing a hostage video, you know, forced by Elon Musk into recording that video, because none of what she says and when she's saying all this stuff comes across natural. And it looks really, really weirdly awkward. And she's got, again, if you haven't seen the video, she's got this necklace around her, which honestly looks like, I am not someone into fashion or anything like that, but it looks as if she just threw it on randomly. Or someone just gave her the necklace, while they're holding a hostage. Here, you must now wear this necklace at all times. But it says "Mama free speech," and the whole vibe of the video is really weird, because they keep on alluding to the fact that Elon's suing for you guys. He is suing these companies for you guys, for your free speech. These companies targeted you. And you're like, what? Just honestly, I am very tempted to go over the video at some point. It is not a long video, but it is worth watching purely for the comedy values. I am still on X for the time being, purely for the fact I just want to watch it burn. I really do just want to watch it burn. Nicholas, good morning. Oh yes, we've already said good morning to you. Musk has just shown that he really has bad judgment for even some time now, but I'm surprised that people still follow him. Yep, this Musk is just an absolute cult. He has built up this whole cult-like following for him that is, oh my God, he's such like this incredible genius. Look at this incredible genius, you know, saving the world with his, you know, electric cars and etc. But if anything, the whole Twitter thing has really just shown how much of a complete man-child he is. Because I'll tell you what will happen if this goes to court. If this goes to court, remember, it was, I think, last year, Musk had that whole interview where he literally told advertisers, don't advertise with me, and, you know, go F yourselves. Just, I'd love to see what happens when you get Musk on the stand and that video gets played to him, and then the defense can turn around and say, so yeah, Mr. Musk, these companies were just simply off following your advice. Why should this lawsuit continue? I do not see how this lasts. I honestly do not see how this lasts. But we'll see if this decides to go the distance. We'll see if it even makes it into a proper court case. But we know it's been filed in Texas, so it's happening. Whether the judge throws it out first thing or not, who knows? We'll see. But I will be keeping my eye on this because I am interested to see how this goes. I am very interested to see how this goes. But Dylan S, good morning to you from Finland. Good morning to you. Craig, good morning to you. Hold on. The sun is literally rising right in my face. I'm like, I can't see a thing. 1 second. Let me hole just under this tree so I can read some comments. Much better. Much better. Craig, and Cult too. Well, there's only one letter difference. Thomas Bell, good morning. Hi, Phil. That's not... Oh, God. I'm not Phil, but there you go. Catho G, the lawsuit has bankrupted the Global Alliance for Responsible Media. Really? I hadn't heard that. Really, I had not heard that. I'd been actually looking to see if they'd put out a statement, but I haven't seen any statement from them. But I will definitely be interesting to look out for it. Or at least that was his aim, at least. Craig Musk said, do not believe what you were told, believe what you see. And then we are told we're a genius, but we see that he's an idiot. Yep. Sarah Davis, good morning to you. So yeah, that was yeah, how this goes. I think it goes really stupid. I think this goes really stupid really quickly. I do not see how a judge does not throw this out straight away. There's been lots of experts saying just how completely frivolous this lawsuit is, that it's, you know, designed mainly just to be almost a forever lawsuit in many cases. But the fact that you've already got, you know, we covered like what's the advertising industry recommendation on this, and they all turned around and said, well, why should we continue to advertise on there? And I have to wonder at some point, so I think I've mentioned this in one of the videos, Elon got a lot of Saudi money to help buy Twitter. I have to wonder at what point does at what point does the you know, these Saudi investors step in and go, not going to happen. You know, we're gonna sort of step in and do something about Musk. I have to think maybe at some point they do, but it's at what point do they step in? Craig, can all of Musk's other businesses now be sued by other platforms for not running campaigns on them? Well, that's the whole precedent that would start. This is why it's not going to go anywhere. Because if that lawsuit passes, then that would set a really, really bad precedent for hundreds of other companies not advertising on other platforms. So I do not see how how this even survives. Like I say, I think still it'll get to a judge and a judge will throw it out instantly. I will be very surprised if this gets to a trial. If it does get to a trial, well, that'll be very interesting. If not, Musk will just keep on using delaying tactics, I think. I think this is designed to be like a forever lawsuit, just to try and drain, you know, these companies. But bear in mind, he's fighting some of like the biggest companies in the world, because companies like Unilever don't want their Dove soap adverts next to, like, you know, neo-Nazi content, which as an advertiser you are well within your rights to do and ask that, you know, because there is a lot to say about brand integrity of that, and I'm pretty sure there is a lot of case law regarding like brand integrity as well. So if it does go to court, it could actually be quite an interesting case to follow for a number of reasons, but we'll see what happens. But I don't think it'll even get there. I do not think it will even get there. Gary Arnold, good morning to you. I'd rather be eaten by a shark than electrocuted by a Tesla after I've seen them now accidentally driven into the sea. Yeah, Teslas do not have a very good safety record. It always makes me panic when I see one, because I've heard a ton of stuff about Teslas like braking late. They don't have very good brakes, or the brakes could fail quite easily. So as a pedestrian, if I'm ever walking and I see a Tesla, I keep my feet firmly on the pavement, because yeah, I ain't risking walking in front of a Tesla. I ain't risking that. Craig, my local paper could do with those Tesla SpaceX ad dollars. Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Local papers should just start suing Musk. Hey, you're not advertising in our... Oh, that would be amazing if that was a consequence. If let's say somehow this lawsuit goes through, and then every single local UK newspaper that is like desperate for cash and advertising cash goes immediately after Elon Musk and says, hey, why are you not advertising in our local newspapers? You know, there's a Tesla dealership in our town or in our city or in our region. Why are you not advertising with us? After all, that's the bizarre precedent that this could set, and why ultimately this lawsuit ain't going to go anywhere, I think. Nicholas Musk is now suggesting compulsory advertising. He's completely lost it, like Howard Hughes. Oh. Yeah, at what point do you think he starts wearing the tissue boxes? At what point do we think he starts wearing the tissue boxes? Musk gets confused by the word integrity. I don't even know I don't even think he knows what the word means, but there you go. Oh yeah, another thing that happened. Maduro, well, the current president of Venezuela, we'll see for how long, got into a little spat with Elon Musk, and then as punishment put X in timeout. He banned Twitter in Venezuela for 10 days. Like, I am not kidding. He put Musk in timeout. He banned Twitter in Venezuela for 10 days. You know, and I think that's what we should do here. I am fully just like, at this point, we should just get rid of X. We should just ban it. It's a dead, dying platform. There are other platforms, you know, people can use. You've seen hundreds of thousands of businesses abandon Twitter that still have, you know, Twitter accounts, but they don't use them because it's a dead platform. So they don't even tweet regularly as they used to do, maybe like now once a month. That's an incredibly bad sign. Oh yeah, something else Linda Yacarano actually mentions. You know, Twitter usage is at an all-time high. Really, Linda? Really? Would you care to show us the numbers? Would you care to show us the numbers on Twitter usage? Because as far as I was aware, not only had they stopped publishing them, but they stopped publishing them because they were behind the Samsung clock in app usage. Mr. L, good morning to you. At what point does he design model planes and think that they're real? Wow. Maybe it's not model planes. Maybe it's, you know, model rockets for Musk. Bakura, good morning to you. There are plenty of really active bots on there, I suppose. Yeah. And this is one of the things, you know. Musk bought Twitter saying that he was going to deal with the bot problem, saying that he was going to, you know, end the scourge of bots on Twitter. And then when he tried to get out of buying Twitter, he then went around saying, oh, Twitter's not giving me the information on bots, on how many bots there are on the platform, so I'm not going to buy it now. And you look at like digital media experts who have been looking at Twitter, and they are all saying bot usage on Twitter has skyrocketed, absolutely skyrocketed on there. Gary Arnold. I forgot my Twitter password and I just can't be bothered to relog back in. Yeah, you're not missing much. Honestly, you aren't missing much. Mr. LG are still now prominent advertisers on X. Maybe drop them an email. Yeah. Maybe that's true. Organise a letter writing campaign to LG. But who knows? Maybe they'll be dropping their advertising soon as well. Who knows? I say it would not shock me. But this lawsuit ends the second they play that video of Musk just saying, "Don't advertise with me, go somewhere else." It's just, does he not remember that he said that? Yeah, James. Yeah, been watching too many James Bond movies and fancied himself a baddie. Yeah, he does come across very much as the is it Die Another Day? Baddie. I can't remember who it is played now by the British journalist who had a stealth ship randomly. Quickly, we're running out of ideas. I know. How about a multi-million-dollar media mogul who buys a stealth ship? Perfect. Oh. Incidentally, at some point, we need to make you play that game. Thank goodness you're here. See how authentically Yorkshire you think Barnsworth is. Are you kidding? Barnsley is the best part of Yorkshire. Bar none. And it's not Barnsworth, it's Barnsley. God. Oh, anyway. Oh, anyway, yeah, Tory civil war. The contestants are now locked in. And it all starts next week. Hustings. Next week in different constituencies. No, it's a Yorkshire themed business game. I'll have to look into that then. I'll have to have a look into that then. But yes, the Tory civil war, or at least the Tory leadership contest, kicks off next week, or at least is going to sort of start heating up, because it's Journey Week next week, as it's been dubbed. They're going on their exodus for the next month or so, because they need to get those MPs. Remember, at the moment, it's not the membership that matters. It's all about those MPs at the moment. Don't they really have a moderate candidate? Maybe Tugendhat? Oh, Tugendhat, I don't know. Because Tugendhat has now changed his position of, you know, what once was thought to be, you know, the most moderate candidate. And now he's advocating for leaving the European Court of Human Rights. When just a couple of months ago, he was like, no, we should actually stay in. It's a good decision. Why is he doing that? Because, as we've said before, he cannot run. He cannot run for the leader of the Tory party and expect not to win, essentially, if he does not say that. That's how wacky and extreme the Tory party has actually become. Maybe those MPs get a wink at Nigel. Well, now, as I've said, I think if Badenoch wins, there will be a Nigel Farage phase to the Tory civil war, and it's how do they deal with reform, and more importantly, how do they deal with Nigel Farage? Because I do really think if they even think or even come close to inviting Farage, he's done. Like, he's donezo. Because the Tory party will split in two at that point. They will absolutely split in two, or there'll be a revolt to kick out the leader at that point. There we go. Don't have to run up today. It's nice and dry. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting phase, because you've had a couple of these leadership candidates, openly say, well, we should invite Farage into the party. We should invite him back. I think Priti Patel's been the most open about it, about saying, wanting to bring Farage into the fold. I think Tom Tugendhat, James Cleverly, Mel Stride, don't think they've ever said anything too much about it, unless I've missed them say their piece on it. Badenoch has said she'd be open to the idea. And I think Robert Generic Jerrick, is probably also going to be open to the idea as well. Badenoch sees him as competition to the Looney vote, though. Well, he's not competition if you bring him into the fold. I've said it many times before, this is Badenoch's competition to win. She will be leader. If she makes it to the final two, then it's her competition to win. It really is. And then, oh boy, you've got an absolute lunatic leading the Conservative Party who, well, won't be reversing the Tory party fortunes anytime soon. That's a guarantee. And as I've said before, I think the Lib Dems will be the inheritors of all this Tory party misfortune. Very, very much so. And how long before we were calling it the blue wall, how long before we end up calling it the yellow wall? That's for sure. Alistair Campbell, good morning to you. More like crickets on the Tory front line, more like. True, they have been very, very silent. Sunak has said pretty much nothing as well very recently, which is quite interesting. Gary Allen, will the party members vote for Badenoch though? Yes, they will. She is very, very popular. She is very, very popular with the Tory party and with its members. So they will absolutely vote for her. Don't make any bare bones about that. They are more than willing to have someone like her, because at the moment, that's the type of person they want. They want someone who, well, let's face it, will just open their mouth and, spout complete nonsense that Kimi Badenoch is known for spouting. So there you go. Which way to go? It would be pretty dry, so we could go that way, or we could go that way. Tell you what, we'll go this way. Might as well. Craig, he is, but for the next race he gets in, he'll topple her. Yeah, I think this as well. I am surprised, actually. I am very, very surprised Tom Tugendhat is not running with his... Oh, got nettled. I am very, very surprised he is... Oh, God damn it, it's happened again. Why? Every single time it does this. So annoying. No. No. Anyway, it's in a weird rotation lock now, so I've got this annoying front screen on. Oh, why? But, oh well, never mind. We shall motor on. I do apologise if I missed your comments because of this damn screen. But yeah, it's so weird that, you know, he is going to sort of join in the lunatic fringe, which very, very much surprised me because he did always seem like he was from the more moderate faction of the Tory party. So that is very, very surprising, to say the least. I would at least hope maybe if he does get in, maybe he tries to change his mind, you know, restores sanity, etc. But I don't think that's happening now. I don't think that's happening. I think he's just changed his mind just a bit too much on that front. And what he should have done, he should have come back with the exact same message he had last time, saying, I am the voice of change. I am the new start that the Tory party needs, and he can move on from there. Even if he loses, he could just come back at the next one, because there will be, don't worry readers, there will be another Tory party leadership election in the not too distant future. Like I say, I am predicting at least 2 or 3 by the next general election, that's for sure. And they are absolutely going to go after them in none too certain order. And I am really surprised he's not sticking with that same message of, you know, I am the change the party needs. You know, let me bring back some sanity to the party. But as we've mentioned before, you know, they lost a lot of, you know, the crazy right-wing MPs. But that doesn't matter because you've still got the membership that is incredibly right-wing when it comes to it. Oop. New message. Will the Farage riots affect the leadership race? Potentially, you know, potentially. I think they're going to get a lot of questions asked of them over the next couple of weeks about, you know, if you were Prime Minister, what would you do about these riots? The most active, really, on this has been Robert Jerrick, you know, generic Jerrick, who put out a video, you know, condemning, you know, these rioters. But other than that, well, they've all done tweets to some effect. Badnock is the only one who actually hasn't said anything, I believe. unless she has put out a tweet and I've missed it. But as far as I'm aware, she's the only one really who hasn't actually said anything about these riots. Will it affect them? Depends. It really does depend. The problem they have is that the answer for the base is not what they want to hear, and the rest of the country. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is going to be their problem, because opposition parties tend to elect people who are good for their party, not for the wider voting base in the UK. So this is why they're about to elect Kimi Badenoch, because that's at the moment what the party wants. It's not what the party wants to hear. You know, and I agree with you on Craig. I agree with you 100% on that. You know, look at all the what went wrong articles we've been over. Not one of them, you know, they all say all these different things about, you know, why we lost and all this, etc., but none of them really address the real problems that are going on in their party. None of them have actually talked about the solutions they would try and, you know, bring to the party if they would get in. You know, they're all talking about unity, but how do you actually achieve unity? How do you do that? How do you bring the party together other than just vague, wild words? And this is why, for all talk of unity, trust me, they're getting ready. This is why the hustings that will start next week, I think we're going to start seeing some blue on blue. Maybe we'll start seeing some Bob Blackman yellow cards and strongly worded letters. No, I don't think that's going to stop many of them, to be honest. Catho G, could not one of them at least pretend to be a centrist and let those appealing to the right split their votes? This is it. Maybe they've realised that there's not enough centrists in the party anymore. You know, maybe they've made that calculation. Maybe they've seen that information somewhere. Who knows? You know, maybe that becomes a thing. Maybe that is what happens to them. Maybe that's why, you know, he's doing that. Morning. So it could be a whole thing for that, definitely. But it depends what information they've seen. Oh, hang on. Let's get across here. There we go. Easy. Easy as pie. There we go. Mr. L cleverly seems to think that they basically did nothing wrong. Yeah. Yeah. There's someone again who's not going to win, and I think get absolutely savaged. He is and was too close, not only to Rishi Sunak, but to Boris Johnson. Remember, he was part of the very small cabal of MPs who decided to bring back Boris for like one last campaign speech. If you remember that happening before the general election, you know, Cleverly was the one who was there. So maybe in some way, shape or form he intends to bring back Boris Johnson. Who knows? Maybe it's all part of his cleverly plan. Blue Badger, good morning to you. Just woke up. Like I say, sorry we started early today. We started early. Colin Thompson. Oh, hang on, let me just go back to this. Prior to the next election, is it possible for the next new Conservative leader to emerge who wasn't an MP or at least Conservative, or at least in the last Conservative government? Maybe, because there is a distinct lack of talent, to be honest, Colin. I mean, you look at who's running, and no one is, shall we say, very impressive. And if the next leader is to come from outside of the party and like emerge as some sort of figure, it's how does he get brought into the fold? It would potentially maybe after the next election. Who knows? I cannot see or have not seen someone who could do that, who could be that at the moment. You know, I had said for a while I thought it was Tugendhat. I thought it was Tom Tugendhat could come in and at least restore some sense to the Conservative Party. However, he's not proving to be very sensible at the moment, so maybe he too has started drinking the Kool-Aid, going around the Tory party. But it sure does look like it. Like I say, one of the things I'm looking forward to is when the Tory conference starts, or before it starts, we are going to get a lot of post-mortem analyses. We've already briefly talked about the initial findings of the Onward one, called Breaking Blue. And that is, of course, Michael Gove's backed think tank. Would not surprise me if there were a couple of others that did appear as well, either pre or during the Conservative contest, because I guarantee you, you're going to get a lot of these think tanks and etc. trying to get a potential leader to back their version of what went wrong. So, yeah, going to have to do a lot of reading when those come out. Maybe those are going to be some live streams, because I really do at one point want to go through the full Onward one when that comes out, because I think that'll be interesting. What on earth? Oh. Patrick H, good morning to you. And like I say, good morning to everyone else joining us. Like I say, please do remember to click on the like and share button. Whoop. But it is so weird that it's been so quiet on, you know, the Tory civil war front. So oddly quiet, but I don't think it'll be quiet for too much longer. It's like I say, they're going to do these hustings now, starting next week, and the whole aim is to really try and rally more MPs to their side, because at the moment in this contest, it is not about the membership, although they are future, shall we say, appealing to said membership. So hence why these hustings are going around the country. But at the moment, what they need are MPs, because it's who's got the support of the MPs at the moment that gets you in. So remember, everyone's starting off at 10, and there are 121 Tory MPs. So if someone does the math, it's going to be pretty, I think, interesting math to do, to see who gets where and who gets there. But as I've said before, I think Mel Stride, the joke candidate of this election, I don't think he has any real or proper experience. I think he's just running to try and get a shadow cabinet position, or at least a good shadow cabinet position. I'm still expecting him to be like one of the first lot that drop out, because yeah, he should not be there. he really should not be there. We've said before that this guy is running as like God's gift to conservatism because, you know, he won by 61 votes, just surviving, and not really, you know, it wasn't a really good result for him, but he thinks he's God's gift to conservatism now, and thinks potentially he is the future leader. So, good luck to him. But there is someone who recently wrote a Why I'm Backing Mel, and of course backing him for unity because he's the only one who can bring about unity. We'll see. We'll see if that actually works, but I don't think it will. You know, you can call for unity, but you've actually got to have a plan. How you will achieve unity? How will you bring the party together? Bring them around what exactly? You know, congratulations. That's everything everyone has been doing really since Boris Johnson. But even then, Boris Johnson's balancing act did not work out that well either, and was falling apart by the time he was leaving anyway. Oh, Billy, good morning to you. Craig, the main thing is that membership is doing, at the moment, is now serving, now is completely whining about how dumb the members' decisions are. Yep, that's true as well. In theory, it's a chance to now actually set the Tory direction, maybe even for a decade. So every think tank has its dog in the fight. Oh yes, oh yes. They are gearing up, that's for sure. Oh, hang on. So we haven't had any ponies this morning. Oh. Mind the gate. Haven't got anything, don't worry. But yeah, it could be an interesting contest, this one. A very interesting contest. You know, the graph that we looked at, which I think the video is coming out today, you know, Tom Tugendhat and James Cleverly are basically neck and neck, while Kimmy Badenoch is raced ahead, and surprisingly in second place, Robert Jerrick. I thought it was going to be Priti Patel who was going to be Badenoch's main competition for the right, but no, it's generic Jerrick. And there's someone who might be boring enough. Does he manage to win this race just because he is boring enough to squeak through? And then how long does he last? Because I don't think Jerrick is that too good a leader either. I think he will find it very difficult to lead the party in its current way, shape or form. He ain't gonna lead it at all. So he is doomed if he wins, but if he wins and somehow wins just through sheer boredom, a sheer bored mentity, maybe, or sheer bored momentum, maybe you can sneak a victory. But I still say it before, I've said it before, if Kimmy Badenoch makes it to the final two, it's her race to win. The membership love her for some ungodly known reason, but then again, they all loved Liz Truss and Boris Johnson, so, you know, as I kept on saying, it's not just the parliamentary party that needs seeing to, it is the membership as well that needs seeing to. And until they do that, they're going to just have ever increasing problems. That's for sure. But we are now coming to the end of our good morning walk this morning. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. No doubt the Tory civil war will be heating up in the next coming days as we see these hustings take place. So we're going to be talking about those. So that'll be quite interesting to see what happens there. But as always, do hit the like and share button on your way out, as always. Thank you very much for everyone joining us today. We'll see you all next Saturday for another good morning walk. And of course, as always, if you can't be safe, at least be sensible. And until then, we'll see you all next time.